what happened to Job? Job was increased. What was it, 100-fold? And that's what we told him, we gonna get 100-fold? Yeah, I'm in. Cause I got shit now. You know? I got a little something that the Most High blessed me with, children or whatever else. But guess what? I don't get to enjoy him like that. The kingdom of heaven, I get to enjoy him.
It's 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Hey, thinking not strange, man. This is not on an accident. This is on purpose. This is part of the walk that you have to make if you're trying to humble yourself to your Yahweh Shem Shah. Okay? Well,
It's just to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Yahweh Shah's sufferings.
whoa, that's integrity. That's real integrity right there. But rejoice in as much as you are partakers of Yahweh Shai's suffering.
Yeah, like even when I think it was Peter and James, or I forget one of the other apostles, and the chief priests, whipped on him and put him in jail. And you didn't hear about Peter losing his cool and starts fighting with the dudes that was putting hands on him and putting him in the prison. They just took the beatings, got locked up, and then they had faith. They trusted that the Lord was with them. The Lord sent the angel, got broke out of prison, ended up right back out teaching the word, and they was rejoicing that they was counted worthy to suffer shame, man. That was a show of faith, man. That was their fiery trial in that moment. Who is this? Like what? That name that y'all coming in. By what power, what name do you come in? Well, y'all can't be teaching in that name. And they proclaimed it boldly. So that was a fiery trial, and they started speaking. A lot of them wicked scribes and Pharisees and chief priests, they were speaking evil of those men, but ultimately they were speaking of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Yahweh Shai catch all the flack. Anything that they say against us, it's like Yahweh Shai is catching the flack.
If they hate, what is it?
If they hate you, know that they hated me first. They hated me, know that they hate my Father who sent me.
They falsely accused you. They slandered you. They did that to me too.
So those are the suffering that he went through, that you partaker in when you take these things with good cheer, and rejoice in the fact that now we're joint heirs. We're first joint heirs unto the bad, but we'll be joint heirs unto the good. We through faith we believe Yahweh Shai got the transfiguration and all of that before he left, and when he come back, he's gonna come back and he gonna meet us as a man. We believe that. And so that goes to what we gonna be given. Lord willing, we're those men, of course. To say it humbly, but till the 144,000 somebody else is doing it, we'll stand up. We'll continue to stand up in his mouth.
But rejoicing as much as you are partakers of Yahweh Shai's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Man.
If ye be reproached for the name of Yahweh Shai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Yahweh resteth upon you.
Whoa. If you be reproached for the name, it's a good thing. That's what it just said. Have not the men of the Lord been reproached for the name of Yahweh? The brothers gave an account of it in the book of Acts. That was Acts that was in, wasn't it?
For the spirit
of... Hey, it's a lot. Yahweh Shai is coming back on those little which I believe Esau is putting those up there, but remember that was in the mainstream news in LA. They were trying to pass that off as anti-Semitism.
Oh yeah.
Those little banners or signs on these different random street lamps and street poles where it says Yahweh Shai is coming. They were trying to demonize that, man. So they're demonizing the name of our Lord.
Right.
So us coming in the name, we got to suffer that the shame that comes with that.
Yeah.
You know?
But also, as I said, we gotta rejoice over it because it's gonna come with glory also.
Oh, when that same guy who they're trying to demonize comes
You
back
show up.
as the God from heaven,
Yeah.
they're gonna see that glory, man.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not gonna meet you as a man."
Every knee shall bow, every eye shall see.
Yeah. You're gonna exalt that name. You know. Yep.
It says, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
That's right.
That's the love that the Lord's elect have, you know, with the Lord, man. You know, look, the Lord wants to see that loyalty, man. And really, the elect are so loyal that tribulation, death, famine, anything you name, it will not be able to come between them and their Lord, man. You can slander them, you can call them terrorists, you can throw them in concentration camps, you can torture them, you know. You can deny them of you know, any type of economic status in this world. You know, you can make sure, you know, they don't have jobs, they can't feed themselves, their families. You can do all that, and guess what? The elect are still going to be subject to Yahweh Shai, man.
I said, I have 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee unto Baal, man.
Yep.
And the grape of the cluster, you know? Those that can be plucked out of the Father's hands.
Yep.
That's it. Was you going to
He
that?
was going out of Romans 8. right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Romans 8, verse 35. Yep.
Start at 33.
Verse 33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. Who is he that...
I gotta make that point. So all your personal opinions and slander that the media, whoever else has given us or will give us, we don't give a shit about that. We're worried about if we're accepted of Yahweh, man, through Yahweh Shai. That's all we're really worried about. Okay, so whatever you say or do to us means nothing because he's the Father of spirits. And we have to worry about what he thinks. You got it, bro.
Who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died. Yet rather that is risen again. Who is even at the right hand of Yahweh.
That's right.
Who also maketh intercession for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution?
This all ties back into what the brother had in Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Make not haste in time of trouble. These things, back to Psalms, I believe it was when he read, though he slay me, I keep my Job. Though he slay me, I keep my trust in him. You got it, bro.
Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for their sake we are killed all the day long.
For some guys, for some guys, the weather separates them.
Right.
It's too hot. It's too cold.
They can't stop eating shrimp.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Simple
garments.
shit, bro.
Yeah. Wearing a
Remember
garment.
that?
Yeah.
I'm with all that, man, but I don't know about them garments. And I think we was like, we only wear when we teach. He was like, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And walked off. We was like, whoa.
That's it.
For real?
That's what it takes.
You sold yourself that cheap?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's just little tangible, little carnal shit that separates men from the love of the Lord,
The
man.
Sabbath.
Some dudes let women get in between the love of Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, your woman is not your head. Yahweh Shai is your head.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that was
See what it said?
for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Some men treat their women like that's their head and shit, man. You know? Go ahead,
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
Hey, through all these things, we are conquerors. Hey, the final enemy that to be destroyed is who? We're going to destroy the enemy of death through the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hey, our Lord got the victory over death. We got to believe that we're going to get the victory over death. What's worse than death on earth for somebody that's carnal?
And we know the process of it, man.
Right. And we know the process. You know, if you understand reincarnation. Yeah.
For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things.
Hey, and that's the demons, man, and the walls of Satan, man. Hey, because we gotta be amongst these people, man. And we fighting that battle as it reads up in Ephesians the 6th chapter, man. That's not separating us either. Lord willing, we be of the elect. You're gonna bust like.
Nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, which is in Hamashiach, Yahushai, our Lord.
Hey, and Apostle Paul, the reason why he was able to list all those things is because he went through it. He literally went through it. What did it mention about the depth? Talking about the sea. He caught shipwreck.
And you got to think, if you catch shipwreck, you got to think you might drown right now.
Yeah.
Chances are, any ship.
You could go down with the ship, really.
You're probably going to go down with the ship. Yeah. Even if you try to wait a little while, you're probably not going to make it.
Bro, in the middle of the sea.
Bro. It's big.
No Coast Guard. No two-way radios to call in.
No.
CB radios, none of that shit.
Hey, come swing around and get us. SOS. None of that. You build a boat, you hope it floats.
I mean, wasn't there a hurricane that happened?
They pushed them onto that island.
Yeah. You know? We still maintain this trust and love for Yahweh Shai, man. You know? He said tribulation. You know, they locked him up. He got put to death. And then the Lord put the spirit right back into his body. Which brother ever got killed and then the Lord brought them back in the truth to give their testimony? That they could actually give the testimony that they've been put to death for this truth while actually alive.
Right.
Hey, no brother could say that, man. You know? He went through that. That's true love right there, man. You know? Yep.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7, read down. Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me.
It was so that he wouldn't get puffed up. Because the Lord was dealing with Apostle Paul, man.
And what did it say at the beginning? The multitude of revelations that was given to him to keep him humble. What was it? Abundance of revelation. Because he was given so much, he had to keep him humble.
The greater thou art, the humble thyself.
You have to keep him on a humble level. Got it?
Lest I should be exalted above measure.
Yep.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me.
That means that he had to
Calling the Lord.
he had made 3 separate prayers.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that was on Apostle Paul, man, it was getting to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
He probably felt like he wasn't gonna make it, man.
And he could have had any of these infirmities that brothers have. You know, but in that time they don't have. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
go
what-
to the doctor, get a pill or a treatment or whatever. You know?
And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Yeah, and I always love where that was headed. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about earlier. We glory in our infirmities because He makes us perfect through our infirmities, and Him showing His power and making us whole and balanced. Got it, huh?
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahweh Shai may rest upon me. Therefore, I
But
will
the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua may rest upon me. You know, I need that to get this job done. He ain't gonna forsake me because I'm calling on His name as we read, right? So He gonna give me what I need to make it. Got it?
Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches and necessities and persecutions and distresses for Yahweh Shai's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong.
Right.
All things through Yahweh Shai will strengthen you, man.
Yep.
You know?
Another one that kind of go right.
It's 2 Corinthians.
So if you have that level of faith and love, taking a trip is not an option.
Yeah, come
Right.
on.
You don't give a damn what this devil do. You put that chip in your face, you gonna be like, all right, what you want, my neck? You know,
Say my head.
What you want, man?
What limb you want?
you know. That's that. There's no option in that, man. You know. It's gonna be nothing. All the elect, they gonna ace that test, man. When it comes to the hour of temptation, they all gonna get A's on that final exam, man.
Right.
They're gonna go right through that. You know what I'm saying? The famine didn't happen. You know, their faith is gonna be tried. They're gonna be interrogated, and you know, that moment gonna happen that the Lord said. You know, you're gonna be brought before governors and kings for my sake. But don't, you know, meditate. You know, what you shall speak for it. In that hour shall be given you. You know, what you shall speak. That's gonna go down, man. It's gonna happen, man. You're gonna overcome it. And then after that, whether you die or whether the Lord preserve you through divine intervention, you're going to get to finally see the Lord's glory, and you're going to be glorified for remaining faithful.
Right.
Now you're going to receive the end of your salvation. You know?
2 Corinthians 11 and 20, 23. Yep, 23. Are they ministers of Yahweh Shai? I speak as a fool, I am more, and labor is more abundant, and stripes above measure, and prisons more frequent, and deaths oft.
Hey, he done been through it all. Numerous times.
He said he'd been through deaths.
Deaths.
He said often.
Often.
Meaning like near-death experiences,
Yeah.
but he actually had a literal death experience as well. Where his spirit left his body and went to the spirit world.
And I sent back to the same body.
You know? And then he said after that, when he sent the letter to the church of Philippi, he said, man, it's more needful for me to stay here in the flesh.
Yeah,
But if it was up to me, I'll depart, man.
God.
It's better up there than it is down here.
Yeah.
But because of the Lord's will, it's more needful for me to minister unto you.
Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one.
Of our own people. These niggas, man. The Lord got something harsh for you niggas, man. Fuck. Man, you people don't have no clue, man. It's coming for you, though. You are the main people that was fucking us off trying to deliver a public service unto those stupid asses, man.
That's Jacob's trouble.
Man. Yeah, that's what's coming. It's coming for y'all asses, man. And we're gonna sit back, laugh, and rejoice over your destruction. Go ahead, bro.
It's continuing 25. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep, so it was lost at sea, stranded for that night and that day, man. And that's not including the shipwreck, because that happened 3 other times.
Right.
It says, in journeyings often, in perils of water.
Hey, it's always, they didn't have cars and airplanes and shit, man. When you left the house or you left the city you was in, it was danger out there. It was danger when you left the house. It could be lions and bears and shit out there, and you wandering to the next city, anything could be out there. You got it, bro.
In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers.
Hey, look, that don't mean, look, think about it. The ship was bouncing around in the storm. They just, fuck it. We just gotta make it to Colossae, man. We gotta, or wherever they're
Yeah,
going.
you really just gotta wait
Italy.
until it passes.
Just wait it out. Yeah, we out here. Fuck it.
In perils by mine own countrymen, in perils by the heathen,
Yeah.
in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils amongst false brethren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. That's a good one.
In weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and in thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness.
And that didn't say voluntary fasting.
Yeah,
You know, so he missed meals.
Definitely.
Missed meals.
besides those things,
He was so active in the ministry. He
Yeah.
sometimes he didn't even have time to eat.
Just like we Howard said, like, hey, dang, we been out here a while. We gotta feed him.
Yeah.
Like you forget something in the spirit, you forget to eat.
And
Or you
that-
see,
that
or you,
happens.
or you be heavy in the spirit, and you when you fast, you able to fast
Yeah,
longer.
kind,
You know.
kind.
Brothers be complaining about how cold it get or how hot it is. And when the spirit is on you,
Yeah.
you ain't even
Yeah.
tripping, man.
Because
You don't
your
even
flesh
feel
is
like that.
decreased, which
Yeah.
feels the heat of the cold, and your spirit is exalted, which don't feel all of those
Yeah.
things.
Burning fire within you.
Yep.
This is, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and in thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness, besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches.
Yeah.
Who is
And I gotta make sure all these churches is taken care of. I gotta make sure
That
of
was
that.
priority, man.
So whether I go or I send write an epistle to be sent, or I send Timothy or whoever, it gotta get done. Choosing the right man to go is laid upon me also. I can send the wrong guy, he can get corrupted.
Hey, he said, "Woe is me if I preach not the gospel." Right? You know, that dispensation was given unto him, man. It didn't matter if however Satan hindered him, he still was going to get the mission done.
He was bit by a serpent.
yeah, God.
Shook it off.
That was the power of the Holy Spirit was on
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
If I must, who is weak, and am I not weak? Who is offended, and I burn not? If I must needs glory, I will glory of the things which concern my infirmities.
Yeah, the power that was shown when my of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai by balancing me, by making me back whole. You know, with all my weaknesses when he became strong for me.
The power and Father of our Lord Yahushai, Yahweh, which is blessed forever, knoweth that I lie not. In Damascus, the governor, under Aretas, the king, kept the city of Damascenes, with the garrison desired to apprehend me, and through a window in a basket was I let down by the wall and escaped his hands.
Yeah, through the spirit, man, they had me dip out the basket out the window, man. Let down out the windowsill, man, from upstairs. To escape the garrison. Look, I was about to go to jail for sure. He showed me a way out.
Yeah, God.
Paul was, Peter was like, I was caught. And they was waiting just for the Passover. The people was chilling, you know, so I could, so they can kill me. But the angel came and let me out.
Yeah.
That's through the spirit and power. You gotta have that belief, man, that these miracles are gonna take place. But the point being, you can't lose trust in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. And if any of you don't know that yet, and you're kind of wondering about it, man, that's an example. We believe it by faith, but we've had occasions in our own life that prove the faith in that works.
And when they
that,
do-
that can be believed.
And when you do, the Most High brings you out of these situations, you got to give the Most High the praise.
Yeah, and be like,
You can't say that I delivered myself or
Exactly.
I did this or I did that.
Exactly what Paul was saying. I glory in my infirmities that I was, you know, that the power was given unto me to make it through these situations. You know? But we, like brothers always been saying, we know that we already got the victory. No matter how much we're about to lose. We're about to lose it all. Some of us even lose lives, but we still got the victory coming. Okay?
W just got
I mean, but what's there to lose if we already,
Yeah.
you know, we
We
lost
gave
it.
it up.
We gave our life up, you
Right.
know.
And that's
It
beautiful
really
that the Spirit did that
ain't
for
nothing to
us.
lose, really.
Yeah, we got nothing to lose.
You know,
Hey, 'cause we don't have
we
it.
just getting ready to win.
Yeah.
The win was already written before our time.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that, you know, we're gonna close. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor
To Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash.
To the older apostles, peace and blessings and salutations to the tabernacle of David, those for elect. We're gonna say Shalom and Abba Baba.
Baba Ball,
Abba the one.
Bada the Wam.